Hey guys, Bad1979 here. Just gonna bring you guys a quick review on the Kershaw 1073 Siege Tomahawk. So just gonna give you guys a quick review and stay tuned towards the end because I'm gonna have some chopping test with some pretty big logs. So really interesting, although it's frozen outside and the logs were kind of frozen, so it did help a little. It's just to test the actual edge itself, test the Tomahawk, test to see the resistance in cold weather. So that's good for cold weather testing. So let me show you guys what it comes in. So this is just a little clamshell packaging, nothing really fancy on there. So it can give you a couple of stats on the back. So blade 4 inches, overall 16 inches, handle texture, rubber overmold, K texture, black oxide coating, blah blah blah. It doesn't give you the weight though, so but you know what, weight, we can test that out ourselves, so we can look at the weight ourselves. So let's take that out. So let's look at the Tomahawk itself. So it says 1073 right there, and on the other side it says Kershaw. So let's see the sheet. I'm not going to talk too much about it. It's just your basic sheet that you put over. So not my favorite type of sheet, but at least it keeps it secure in there, so you're not going to cut yourself when transporting it or storing it somewhere and somebody picks it up or it's laying down on a couch or something. So anyway, let's take the sheet off. But I'm just going to say, guys, the sheet at the beginning is really stiff, so you really need to stamp those buttons in place. Make sure there's nothing obstruction, no obstruction inside the sheet, because it does come with a couple of silicone gel packaging, so packed inside there. So anyways, you need to really close it down at the beginning and just leave it like that for a couple of days, and all, because when it comes in the clamshell, it's not in the sheet. So anyways, let's take the sheet out. Nothing much to talk about there. There's a little belt loop on the back, so if you want to put on your belt, although this thing is really tight, and yeah, it's not really something useful. So more in a backpack or something, guys. So anyway, let's get the sheet out of the way and let's talk about the Tomahawk itself. This thing has one of the sharpest spike, and it is one of the sharpest Tomahawks out of the box. So in the beginning, when I first got it, I just out of the box it could shave hair, right? So it would slice even paper. I got a little piece right here. It would slice paper. I mean, it would push cut. It would do some push cut. So let's see if I can do a little bit on camera here. So I'm not slicing, I'm just, you know, doing some push cut. So it does do it, but like I said, I just used it a little bit. You can see some scuff marks, so the blade might not be 100% sharp. And I did, you know, clean it up a little bit on the work sharp afterwards, after I did some testing, some chop test. So it wasn't much chopping, but just enough to give me an idea and to test it out against my my other favorite, the Smith & Wesson Traction Evasion Hawk. So let's do a little bit. I just want to see the weight, so I'm gonna put it back in the sheet real quick. I'm just gonna open up my scale and just measure the weight versus the my favorite, the Smith & Wesson Extraction Evasion Hawk. So let's put my trusty little scale here. Let's open it up, wait until it zeroes itself, and let's look at the weight. So that's in grams. Should be pretty good in grams, right? You guys can do the conversion. So this thing is 10,030 grams. So 1,030 grams. So let's put that in pounds just to switch it up to make sure everybody can. Kilograms, ounce, grams. All right. So that might, yeah, that's pound. So let's look at how many pounds it is. So this thing is 2 pounds 4 ounces and 30 something. So 2 pounds 4 ounces. Let's take the Smith & Wesson. This is with the sheet. So let's look at the Smith & Wesson Extraction Evasion Hawk. So let's look how much this one weighs. This thing is 2 pounds 13 ounces. So a little bit heavier on the Smith & Wesson Extraction Evasion Hawk. So let's put down the side. Let's take the scales, but you know, guys, I'm putting it with the sheet because when you're taking it out somewhere, you're gonna have the sheet with it most of the time. So, but let's just look real quick at the difference in thickness between the Extraction, Evasion, and the Kershaw. Let's look at that. So pretty big difference, guys. The steel on the Extraction Evasion Hawk is 1070, and this is a 3CR13 MOV. I know, guys, 3CR13 might not be the best, but it's not the worst. I mean, it's not the best steel, but you know, if the heat treat is done proper, I think this thing it's a contender. All right. So I was swinging it. I was you know, splitting logs. You guys will see that at the end of the video. But it stays sharp. The edge didn't chip. There was no chip. There was no significant damage on the edge after chopping through nuts and frozen woods. And you know, that thing still looks pretty nice. So granted, I didn't do a week worth of testing. I just did a quick test on it because, you know, Tomahawks, you just do a couple of tests and it's gonna be pretty simple. So you got another guy, just one other review on YouTube, and it's from Tactical. So you know, I just want to put my 2 cents out there. I ordered 2 of these. One is for a friend and the other one is for me. So for testing against the Smith & Wesson, especially I want to test against. So I got a good deal on it on Amazon.ca. Paid like $60 about for this one, so $65 with taxes, and also paid like $65 back in the day for this one. Now it's $120. So am I glad I bought 2 of these, guys? And this is why I bought this one too, since it was on sale and it was a good price. Dude, this thing is only gonna go up in price. So later, if I want to sell it, I'm not gonna lose any money. So let's talk about the Tomahawk itself. The grip is pretty good. I wish it was a little bit more thicker around here, just around the spine, around the head, just a little bit more thickness. I wish it had a better steel, of course, but because in the beginning they talked about 65 MN, so the same that's the Kershaw Camp series is made out of. That would have been nice if they used that steel, so a little bit more quality, but they did not. They went with 3CR13 MOV. And I think in the beginning, when they first announced it, it was supposed to be 65 MN steel, and now it's 3CR13. So a little bit disappointed there, but still, since they showed that the heat treat and this thing can take a really nice edge, I'm not complaining too much. All right. In the beginning, I did a review on Knife Center saying that, you know, they changed the steel and it was not cool. But, you know, it's a pretty good Tomahawk. Couple of flaws with it. This thing on the back is useless. I wish the handle would extend more on the back there. And I don't think you needed to put a nail removal. Mostly a Tomahawk is going to be made to destroy. And with this thing, you're not going to remove any nails. You would have to cut a part of the handle right there to make it longer. You need to make that flatter. So almost, if they wanted to make a nail removal device, they could have just added a piece that, you know, you just take off of there, click, you put on the back of the spike, and you can remove nails with it. So they could have done something different. So, but nail removal is not the first priority when you're thinking of a Tomahawk. And this thing is just, it's cumbersome. It's something that's dangerous. It's another point where you can, you know, hit yourself or just, you know, scratch yourself. It's not really, if you look at the Smith & Wesson Extraction, on the end there's nothing. There's just a rubber, so you can get your grip all the way back and get even more leverage on the strike. You can get more velocity, more power. This one, if you try to go back all the way, this thing is going to be in the way, so it's not going to be comfortable. So the best grip is around here, so you're losing power on the down strike. So that's a little bit of a negative and a little bit of a hit. If you can pay this thing for, in the States, I think it's like $40, then it's a good buy. I mean, it took from the design a little bit on the one of the Tomahawk that I wanted from Zero Tolerance. Granted, it was like CPM 3V, and that thing was expensive. It was like, I think, $300 or more even, so US. So it would have been like $400 Canadian for a Tomahawk. So anyways, but that thing just looks so gorgeous. And this thing is just a scaled down version and a cheaper version of that. So, you know, it's a good Tomahawk for the price. I mean, it's way better than the stuff you get from SCO Supply and all the other aftermarket brand. And I think this is even better than a SOG Tomahawk. So this is one piece construction with some scales. You get 3 screws. So compared to the Extraction Evasion, you got 4 holding. But you know, they might a bit of a 4th one around here if they got rid of that. They could have made the handle a little bit longer, so you get a little bit more power since it's not as thick as the other one. What else? The spike, the back spike is really sharp. So this is a zombie. Like, you know, you couldn't go through anything about except for woods. If you try to go smash some concrete or stuff like that, you're probably gonna break the tip pretty quickly. So if you're smashing woods, doors, or stuff like that, you might be fine, but don't try to break down anything more than that, because this spike is made to stab some stuff or someone or something. So it's not made to be more useful than that in that regards. It would be fun to see on a coconut though what kind of impact it would have. So maybe in a future video, guys. So anyways, Kershaw Siege 1073 Tomahawk. What do I think of it? For the price, if you get it at a good deal like I did on Amazon, or you get it in the States for like 35, 40 bucks, 45 bucks, really good deal. There's nothing in the market that is going to compete with that except for the Smith & Wesson Extraction Evasion. I think this one is a little bit more expensive. I don't know, I didn't look at the price in the States, but up here in Canada it's almost $120, like 115, 120 bucks for this now, so kind of crazy. But that's why I kind of bought it when I got it at 60 bucks. So good deal. So anyways, guys, it's a nice little Tomahawk for the price. I definitely recommend it if you're thinking of buying SOG or if buying. The only 2 other option that I see is this one, the Smith & Wesson, and the Condor. So you know, there might be a couple new ones coming to market in the recent future. There might be a couple out already that I don't know about. But for the quality of the steels and compared to a M48 from United Cutlery, this thing beats it all the way because it's full tang, so it's one piece construction. So, but if they make another one, just get rid of that thing. Just make the handle a little bit longer. Maybe no cutouts here, so you make the Tomahawk a little bit forward heavy, even more. So when you smashing something or you get a down strike, it's a little bit. I know they did that for balance, but you know, I wouldn't mind a little bit more weight in the front. Either that, or you just thicken the steel. You just put a little bit more thick steel there. So anyways, guys, so now I'm gonna stop blabbering and I'm gonna show you guys the second portion of the video, which I'm gonna do a little bit of testing on. So hopefully you guys enjoy. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hey guys, Pat 1979 here. Gonna test out the new Kershaw Siege Tomahawk, so the 1073 Siege. So gonna have some fun. Just bought that because it was on sale on Amazon. Also bought one for one of my friends. So good price, $58 Canadian. So I wanted to see some testing, and I want to compare that to the Smith & Wesson Extraction Evasion Hawk, just to see which one of the two is better. Right off the bat, I can tell you that the Smith & Wesson is just a lot thicker than the Kershaw, and you know, the back spike is sharper on the Kershaw, but it's stronger on the Smith & Wesson. And for the head wise, it's pretty much similar design, similar geometry. The Kershaw, I can tell you guys, it's a lot sharper. Right out of the box, it's a lot sharper. But sharpness versus mass, I don't know which one's gonna work. So let's start with some small logs. It's cold outside, the logs are frozen, so it should be pretty easy. So let's go a little stronger. Not too much of a problem. So let's take that one and cut it in half again. That one's just passing through that first crack. There's a big nut in that one, so there was a big nut right here, so went through. But when it's frozen, it's a little bit cheating because it's a little easier to go through. So, all right, so bigger piece. So let's see with a bigger piece how it's gonna do. Slightly bigger. Straight in half. So this thing is about, I would say, good 5-6 inch diameter. So pretty good compared to the head. So gives you guys an idea how big it is. So the light is fading, it's winter time, it's cold outside, I'm not gonna be here too long, so let her swing. Nice little cut. Switch log. I'm gonna try to keep a couple for the traction and evasion hawk. So let's take another one here, place it. Let's see. Ooh, that one did not want to go. Alright, another big swing. Alright, second try did it. Not so bad for a little Tomahawk, so nice and straight in between. So does a pretty decent job. So let's compare that to the Smith & Wesson traction evasion hawk. I mean the oh wait, this is the extraction evasion. So the Smith & Wesson. Compare it. A little bit more weight, a little bit more power with the Smith & Wesson, so it just blasts through it just easily. So even in a big knot, you just going through it. So I'm not gonna bother with that piece. Take another one. This thing's got a big knot in it, so it should be fun. Like butter. So let's see, let's go back with the Kershaw. Let's go with another shot with a Kershaw here. Split that one in half. Butter. So yeah, it's pretty easy. So both of them split pretty good. So with the Kershaw, I was afraid that since the head is a little bit, there's a little bit of cutout in the middle, and the head is a little bit more light, that it wouldn't have the mass. But it's pretty sharp, so, and it's got good geometry, so it's pretty good on that regards. So it's doing a pretty good job, pretty decent. Not as easy to split bigger stuff as the traction and evasion hawk from Smith & Wesson, but you know, it's still pretty good. So, but the sharpness though, this is the sharpest axe that I ever had in my life. So this thing is like paper shaving sharp. So I'm probably gonna have to do some paper cut tests, but clean up the edge a little bit. But just on the 6000 on the work sharp, just to give you guys an idea. So let's find myself another piece of log. Something a little bit bigger. Alright guys, so this thing is a little bit bigger, so let's try it with a Kershaw first. You guys can see the freaking diameter of that thing. Let's try it with the Kershaw first, see if it can split it in half with the Kershaw. Alright, this is going to be interesting now. Nope, not with a Kershaw. Let's go with the, I know I just pre-cut it, but just to be fair, I'm gonna switch sides and just turn it around so I get a fair chance. Start with the Smith & Wesson, right? Nope. Oh, it starts splitting it. Oh no, it starts splitting it. There you go. And those Tomahawks got some power in it. Alright, let's try with a smaller piece with a Kershaw. Alright, did it. Let's try with the other piece right here. Oh yeah, no problem. So yep, guys, these are both great Tomahawks for the price. I mean, the Kershaw came on sale $58 instead of $70, so really good buy. Can't wait to do some more testing on it, but for now guys, I'm going back inside, losing the lights. So hope you guys enjoy and see you guys on the next one.